Hello, Humble Angel of Face. This is Anders Okela from FX Trade Changes. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Man, it's been a very tough week today. So, today we're going to be recovering, talking about the market condition and talking about all the losses that have been happening. It's been a really tough month, August. It's been frustrating and depressing as well for me personally as a mentor, having all this setup not going well. Last month we had a great month, and this month it's very frustrating. It's kind of hard when you are running a group like this, and then someone just joined the group, and then suddenly losses, yabo, and then people start questioning you. That's what is happening. Why are we losing, and what's and you can't tell them that on the previous group we won. On the previous group you won. It's just having a tough month this month. So these are the kind of things that really happen, which are really frustrating for me as a mentor, someone who provides setup. So I want to show you guys what really happened, why we lost, and what went wrong. So if you're still new to the channel, make sure you click the subscribe button and you comment below. It's been really tough for me, so I'm going to explain all the losses and what really happened on the losses. So stay tuned, and I'm going to give you a more good setup. So stay tuned and watch until the end. So let's just start with the USD ZAR. USD ZAR, guys. USD ZAR, we had this setup. This was one of the greatest setup I've ever saw. And USD ZAR is very disappointing, guys. USD ZAR is very disappointing. You see, it has so many things that told us that it was gonna pass. So as you can see here, we have a shoulder, then we have a head, and then we had a base just on the left hand shoulder. So we had a huge liquidity zone at this point. So I had a huge zone here, expecting the USD ZAR to actually drop. I was expecting it to drop, and especially if you can pay attention that it's trading on 18 rand 90 cent, almost 19 rand. So when it's trading on 19 rand to 20 rand, it's supposed to drop. Because the rand usually trade between between 14 rand or 13 rand. That's where the range, the USDs are usually trade when it's trading against the dollar. So this what happened, and then I had a small setup of the QML. This was another setup confirming that this setup is gonna drop. So let me just show you something. I had the setup as well. So we had the shoulder and the head just on the same level where we had a huge level of a Quasimodo level. So we just had a small Quasimodo. So this was another confirmation for me, saying, you know what, this thing is gonna drop at this point. So if you can see here, what happened is I had a sell here, and then the price decided to drop a bit. You see, the price decided to drop a bit, but it never reached our first take profits, because this should be our first take profits, and then our second take profits. So it dropped a bit, and then it went up again. So the setup really failed. So we had our stop loss just above the head, and then it got triggered out. So sorry for that, guys. This kind of things happen. So we had a huge stop loss hitting, and then we have this setup here and another Quasimodo here, which I'm expecting the price to actually decide to drop. So I'm not gonna post any setup on the USD because it's a exotic pair, and when you lose hard. So people get really frustrated when you lose. So let me just show you another loss that we have. Let's go for the which setup that we lost on. Okay, USD CAD as well was a very good setup. So USD CAD, we had the USD CAD here. So the USD CAD was very nice. So if you can look at here, by just drawing this line here, a vertical line here, we had a nice vertical here, which shows a nice trend line setup. So you can see the price I've been testing here. So the price I've been testing this point, the price I've been testing this point as well. So I was expecting the third test somewhere here. The third test should be somewhere at this point. The dead test should be somewhere at this point. So the reason why I expecting the third test to be somewhere at this point was because of this horizontal line. You see this horizontal line? This was a nice level of an FTR. You see? This was a nice level of FTR. So let me highlight for you so you can see properly. So just highlighting this zone. You see this level was tested. So you even have a base candle. So this was a drop, base, drop. So I was expecting the price to just drop this point. You see now it has broken this trend line, so we're expecting the price to go up. So this is another setup that fails as well. So this was a very good setup as well. So you can see now it's already broken this trend line. So it has broken this trend line and also broken this demand zone. So another setup fails as well. So it was a very good setup. If you can look at the 4-hour, it was looking very well. So you can see at the 4-hour, it respected this vertical trend line. It dropped a bit and then it went up again. So it's already broken. So this setup has failed as well. So this setup as well. So you can. I just want to show you guys that this kind of setup are not just setup that I just guess, man. These are setup that are high probability setup that I post. So if they fail, they hit me as well. So if you can see, you see these are the trades I took in as well. You know, it's not like I'm like facing trade that I don't take. You see, they are also triggering my stop loss as well. So it's not like you are you are losing and I'm not taking the trade. So this is my profile account. You see, so you can see that I also took an L at this point. So which was the other setup that we have of the euro? We've spoken about the euro yen, right? We've spoken about the euro yen, guys. The euro yen really hit us hard. So this was the Quasimodo as well. So it's a nice Quasimodo as well. As you can see here, here this one, you see, he had a nice shoulder here, and then had a head, and then this euro yen, it decided to drop a bit. So it dropped a bit. It never went to our lowest low. So if you guys, I just want to tell you something. Whenever the price move away from our entry point, let's just move our stop loss and push our stop loss to break even to avoid unnecessary loss. So as soon as this trade move away from our entry point, you just push your stop loss to break even. So when it decides to come back again, and then you're not gonna lose much. You're just gonna lose the spread as and protect yourself from unnecessary losses. So this one was a loss as well. So it was a bit frustrating as well. So let me just pause a bit so I can see some other setup as well. Yeah, as I was saying, man, on the yen. So that's why we had a loss. So make sure, guys, you move your stop loss on break even. So if you can see here, I've been using a good money management. You see, I've only lost $35 on the 10K account because of I'm using a good money management. So make sure you manage your money and you make sure you use small lots while still grinding to make profits. So what I do, I make sure I make small profits, and then I can use a bigger lot in order for me to actually protect myself psychologically and protect my capital as well. So you can see, as much as we've been losing and stuff, but you can see you see the losses, the stop loss. You see, look at this. Stop. You see, stop loss. You see, losses. But I've only lost $35. The reason why, I make sure I close my losses quicker and I hold my profits. So that's the whole theory. And make sure you move your entry, your stop loss as soon as your trade moves away from your entry point. So those are the most key things that you should do in order for you to actually survive. So this is a very tough month, August, but hopefully we're gonna come back. I have a hope. So let me see. I think it was the CAD Swiss that we actually had another loss on the CAD Swiss. So let me see, CAD Swiss. Oh, there we have a CAD, and then we had a Swiss. So this one, you see here, what we have, the price has been compressing up down. So you're expecting a huge buy here. And then where's your entry point? I think this was the Quasimodo here, the buy Quasimodo. So we have a shoulder and a head, né? And then we had the break. So expecting a buy at this point is gonna be very significant. So expecting a buy at this point. So they're expecting the price to just push up a bit, going up. So that's what we are expecting right now on the USD CAD. So if someone said we had a loss, there's no loss so far on the CAD Swiss. So let's just look for setup that might probably happen. So I've been looking at the USD yen, this one, the USD yen, this the USD yen, the setup I'm looking at right now. So you can see here, make sure you use a good money management here. So what we have here, if you just draw here at this point, draw this point to this point, you see we had the price actually losing momentum. So the price is moving, losing momentum. So I'm expecting a bit of a break on the downside, né? But you can see here, let me show you here, this base candle. You see this point here, it never reached this base. So let me just draw the base on the horizontal line here. You see it never really touched the base candle. So you can see I just need to highlight this base candle, let me just highlight it. Okay, now I'm moving my stop, sorry about that. Okay, let me just highlight the base candle here, highlight the base candle. Okay, highlight the base candle. Okay, what's why this is happening? So highlights. So you see this base candle. So it was not tested here. So I'm expecting it to drop because this is the first time spent, the first time test. So you can see we have a lot of spike here, showing this is an SNR flip. So you can see the price has been going here. It was a resistant while it was going here, resistant, then it broke the resistant. So when it went down, so the resistant became support, and then it decided to break the resistance and left a base candle. So this was the hidden order here. This hidden order here is very important. So if you wanna be a swing trader, you can actually have this trade somewhere at this point. You see, somewhere at this point you can make a lot of money. But me, I'm just waiting for it to just drop here, and then I'll be okay. So once it dropped here, just hold it here, and then I'll be okay. I'll be out. So this is a nice swing. The price, I'm expecting the yen to drop and just take profits, and then I'm good. I'm good to go. So this is a very nice setup. This is a sell on the USD yen. USD yen. So let's just look at for some other setup. I saw the USD Swiss has another sell. So we had another sell. So you see the price is compressing right now. You see the price is compressing right now. The price is moving up, down, up, down. So moving high highs, high lows, high lows, high lows. So just expecting the price to touch the nearest base. But I have a problem with this level here. This is a nice FTR. If I could just draw it here. This is a nice FTR if the price decides to come at this point here. Then decides to come at this point here, and then decide to drop. So you have to just go up here and then decide to drop. So this is a very long time. So I don't know if it's gonna respect this base code. This base is just a simple base candle. You see there's a base here, but there's nothing special about this base besides it's the base drop. But you can see it decided to respect this base. See it dropped the spikes here. So I wouldn't sell at this base because this base is just quiet. So if you go on 4 hour, oh, it's not a bad base. You see there's another level, so it's not a bad base. So the price might drop at this base. You see it has a QML TR at this point. You see, this is what a QMLTR. So this was a Quasimodo. You had a shoulder and you had the head, and then the price break the Quasimodo. So a QMLTR is when the price broke the Quasimodo and retest again. So it broken this Quasimodo. So this is the retest. So this base candle, it is special. So you could have your stop loss just above this base. just above this base. Let me just zoom it in for you. So you have your stop loss here. This is a nice sell, guys. As I didn't notice, this is a nice sell. Have your stop loss just above this base, so you have a sell here. Then the price has to drop at this point. So if it broke this one, it might go this one. But I see it's respecting this point because of the compression here and the QMLCR in this base. So this is a nice sell as well for the USD Swiss. There, USD Swiss. So let's just go. So we have a lot of sell on the dollar pairs. There, have a lot of sell on the dollar pairs. So let's just look at here. So you can just see here. Looking at here, you see this is a nice vertical trend line. So it's been respecting this vertical trend line. So at this point, let's just go for a higher time frame. So we're at the high. So there's nothing here I can actually post on the group. So this setup is not look good. Or let's look at the USD. We've spoken about the USD. If you check at if you are in the group, you see that the USD. I've posted the USD. So we have a nice compression here, compressing the price of creating lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs. So the price has been just been dropping here, and then we have this base candles. This base, you see this base here. This is a rally base rally, so the price has been moving up. So this is an important base because you can see here we have a nice quasimodo, we have a shoulder and a head. So if I could just draw a horizontal line here, you see here this is a horizontal line. You see test, and then just on the base. So highlighting this base candle, let me highlight it for you. Highlighting this base candle, you see, highlighting the space. You see, the spike has told you that this space is important as well. You see the way it reacted. So you just have to have your stop loss, on the head there. Put your stop loss here because there's a lot of manipulation on base candles. So you can go for a buy here, and then just go for somewhere here. You'll take profit. You see, I decided to scalp it a bit. You see, the Euro USD, I scalped it when it was reacting, but I closed it quick because I knew that they were just going to respect that level and then decide what to do because this was a decision point at this point. So just buy and just have your take profit at this higher high there. This higher high, you'll take profit. So you can see the correlation between the correlation on the dollar when it's a base and when it's a quote. When it's a base, you have a sell. When it's a quote, it's a buy. So there's a lot of things that's gonna happen on the dollar. So if one trade win, they all win. If one trade lose, they all lose because of they are just correlating. So those are the things that I'm looking for so far. So far, there's nothing else really happening. There's no setup beside this one. I'm expecting this one as well. So at this point, I'm just expecting the price to go at this base, but it's a bit further. If you can see here, this base candle here, this is another base here. The price might go here and just have your stop loss just above this demand. So you're expecting the price to just move up a bit, and then decide to drop. So those are the other things that I'm waiting for. Hopefully they will happen. So if you're still new to the channel, make sure you subscribe, guys. Click the subscribe button and tell me what you think, man, and how has your week been on Anchors, because to me it's been really tough, man. It's been really tough, and I understand people are frustrated and all those stuff, but there's nothing I can do. I'm posting the best setup as possible. So bye for now. Make sure you subscribe and like and comment.